How are we doing, everybody? Jonathan here, and in this video I'm going to answer a question about stressed clients that I got from one of my Dumbbells to Dollars students. And I think it's going to be very helpful because I was going to respond via email, but I think if you've been training long enough, if you haven't gotten this situation, you're going to get it with a client that really struggles outside of the gym. And our responsibilities as fitness professionals extends beyond just the dictation of exercise, but branches out into life management skills if we're really trying to help our clients seek a healthier lifestyle. So I'm going to give you this question and I'm going to give you my response so that when you come across a situation, and you will, you know how to better handle it and make sure that you don't lose a client to frustration. But before I do, if you have not yet, make sure to click on that link up there and subscribe to my newsletter as I send out short articles every Monday on how to see success in the fitness industry. If you just happen to stumble upon this video, click on the YouTube icon below and subscribe to this channel as I make videos every Wednesday based on questions that I get the most. And as always, if you've already subscribed to both my newsletter and to the YouTube channel, thank you very much for your support. And if you find the information in this video helpful, please click on the like button below the video player because every like that I get helps this channel. All right, so I'm going to read the email. It might sound familiar to a lot of you trainers out here, and I'm going to go over how I would handle this client. All right, so this comes from Humberto Salgado, and I'll read it to you. Hi, Jonathan. I need some advice. I have a client that I've been working with for almost a month. Today we talked, and I like to ask my client how many times they have trained on their own when they are not with me, since I emailed them the syllabus from the Dumbbells to Dollars course. Today, she completely broke down and told me that she has been stressed. She wakes up at 3 a.m. for work. She's up all day and hardly takes breaks to the point where she forgets to eat. This is not uncommon. She comes home and takes her son to baseball practice, and on top of that, she has to cook and clean whenever at home. Her husband works from 5 to 7, I'm assuming 5 a.m. to 7 p.m., and is working daily. She has told me that she's not had the time to work out on her own, and when she does, she's completely exhausted and just sleeps. She's not looking forward to her profile, her fitness profile, which is next week, because she knows she's not put in much effort when it comes to training on her own. Her nutrition isn't perfect, but improved since we started. She barely gets 5 hours of sleep and is just completely stressed. Now, when she trains with me, she goes all out. So she works hard in the gym and excels. Any tips I can give her to get through this? All I really did was stayed quiet and listened to her as she was telling me all of this. She was fighting through tears, and I can tell she really wants to do better. I appreciate everything you do. Brother, thanks for your help. All right, and thank you for the email because I've heard this story a number of times over my career as a trainer, and the audience probably has too. So, like I said, we're not just fitness professionals. We're not just exercise specialists. We're in a lot of ways life coaches that just don't get the credit we deserve. And in order to help somebody to improve their overall wellness, and that includes their psychological, physical, mental, emotional state, we have to address what's going on and what's creating their current lifestyle. All right. And she seems like a client that's just reacting. All right. So she goes to work. She reacts to what's happening. That's why she can't take breaks. Her son has the baseball practice. She has to cook and clean. So it's like something comes up and then she takes care of it. And in this situation, she's going to take her measurements. They might not come back all that impressive. And your goal is to make sure that she doesn't freak out because this is a hard case. This is somebody that has a whole lot of stuff going on. You're basically juggling all these things in life, and then you're adding, get more fit to that, to her, life objective, and she's ready to topple over. So how do we do that? We do that by mitigating the stress of all the other responsibilities. So you have to first highlight the positives, all right? And let her know that first, she's on a long-term journey. So if she's been training for a month, you've really just gotten to know what her lifestyle is like. So we have to learn to work around that. But within that month, she's probably gotten stronger. She's probably improved her cardiovascular conditioning. She's probably relieved some stress by training with you. So you always want to highlight that. She's improved her nutrition partially. So even though she may not necessarily see that translated to her measurements immediately, she's doing great long-term work for herself. In addition to that, she has to now work on how she can decrease some of the stress that she has. So in terms of, baseball practice, that's not something she can control because she's not the coach of the baseball team, unless she's going to pull her son off the baseball team, which probably isn't going to happen. What she can control, however, is the cooking, cleaning, and sleeping. All right. So in most cases where you find situations like this, it's going to be in the person's best interest to pick a day when they don't work and allocate time to food prepping in bulk, or instead of waiting for laundry to pile up, taking care of it on one day, and that's going to require some sacrifice from the people around her. So she might get a little bit of pushback from her husband, she might get a little bit of pushback from her son. But the way that she just dumped everything on you, you have to encourage your client to explain this to the rest of her family as she's getting a little bit overwhelmed. All right, and then perhaps they can take part in alleviating the stress. That's first and foremost. Being able to not have to worry about cooking or cleaning will make her day a little bit easier, because that's one thing that she referenced. And as opposed to work, listen, I worked in corporate America for a couple years working for Chase, and I'm not sure what this client does, but it was sales, business banking, constantly making calls. So there was situations I walked into branches and, there were people in my position that expressed the same kind of frustration with their inability to eat. Or listen, when I got there, I made it very clear that, all right, this is my time. I only need 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to have my lunch. I'll be right back. I can't imagine a situation where you can't take 5 to 10 minutes and then just eat. I have a client, and she's a massage therapist. She just started about a week ago, and she lives the life of a personal trainer. So I remember when I was a trainer, I used to book my clients back to back to back. 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m. until I just wised up and gave myself a 15-minute window where maybe like my 10 o'clock we move to 10:15. That way I have time to go to the bathroom, maybe, grab something to eat, and then I can train without feeling like stressed out. So she has to find a way to carve her schedule into her work schedule. It's not something that's going to get her fired, but a lot of times people just accept what's kind of thrown at them, and that's probably why she's breaking down, because she's getting all this stuff dumped on her. She's accepting it, and then she's just kind of, rolling with it. Her manager or whomever is her superior at her job is not going to be sympathetic to her situation. She has to essentially make it work. She has to kind of stand her ground. As far as her son goes, perhaps she wants to ingratiate herself with some of the moms on the baseball team and put together a carpooling situation. That way she can save herself some time and she doesn't have to go every day. Now there might be one day out of the week where she has to take multiple trips, but those other 4 days will allow for her to get dinner on the table or get dinner prepared ahead of time, maybe catch up on some rest that she needs. So she has to be a little bit more synergistic with her efforts. All right, she has to work with other people instead of taking it out on herself, and that's what a lot of people do when they struggle with health and fitness. So you're going to have to help her open up her options when it comes to what she has to do, or else the first thing off the chopping block is going to be fitness. And I can't tell you how often I have clients, when we do this thing we call a reset, where we eliminate dairy, processed carbohydrates, sugar, and alcohol. And my clients always tell me how angry their kids get with them. So she has to expect that she's going to get pushback, all right? But it's for her own health. She has to kind of stand on her ground that her health is that important to her. And I wouldn't put as much emphasis on the exercising outside of the gym as I would on the nutrition and the habits to decrease stress. Because if she's exercising but she's still carrying all of that, she's not going to see success anyway. So long story short, you're going to have to help her to recognize the good that she's doing so far, all right, with making changes to her habits despite how stressed she is. And then she's going to have to go into taking a more proactive approach at work. There are people at any job position. There are two kinds of people. There are the people that get dumped on and then seem to be stressed out all the time. And then there are the people that say, you know what, I'm not going to do anything. And they do whatever they want and they seem to get away with it. She needs to fall somewhere in the middle where she does a good job but still meets her needs. And that's possible. All right. You're also going to suggest this client ingratiates herself with other people on the baseball team so she can free up her time, because it takes time in order to prepare. And if she's just reacting, eventually she's going to completely burn out and then she's going to cut out the training. So I hope that's helpful for you, and I hope that's helpful for the rest of the trainers out there, because if you train a lot of moms like I do, you're going to come across a situation and you want to make sure that you're able to help them, not just get stronger or to pick up a dumbbell or to learn how to squat better, but to improve their quality of life, to improve their overall mood. And I guarantee you, this is the type of client that's going to refer clients over to you and stay with you for a very long time. So I hope you found this video helpful. I did my best to make it not too long. I hope this is less than 10 minutes. But remember, if you have any questions or comments, make sure to put it on the comment section below. Your questions or comments are what fuel the videos that I put on this channel. So if you have any of them, put them down there. I reference my Dumbbells to Dollars course students, and it's essentially, there are things that change from person to person, and that's why I have this YouTube channel for free out there where I offer advice on how to deal with clients, how to train. But there are some things that don't change in terms of the steps to fitness, creating a business, managing your client, and I've put all those steps and all those rules into my Dumbbells to Dollars course. As you see here, it is the exact blueprint that I've used to build up my boot camp and to help me see success, and I'm able to help you guys. So if you're looking to improve your overall training experience, it's all the information that has not been included in your personal training certification and has not been included in your degree to make sure that you see success. I definitely recommend that you check out that video and learn more about the course. But that's about it. I'll be back next week. Keep your questions coming, and as always, remember to eat healthy, hydrate, drive safe, stress levels low, get rest. Don't slap anybody. Love your clients, they love you back. I'll see y'all tomorrow or the next day, and you have a good one.